Is there any other like piece of advice that you would have for parents going into it besides, get them in at 6 months, try not to let them have a negative experience, maybe like obviously get with people who actually know what they're doing. Any other thing that you would say around that?
Yes, please do not believe that uncle that says, "Oh, you just jump in and it's a life skill. You'll just figure it out." No, we do not. We do not advocate for that. Go find professional lessons. I highly recommend Goldfish as the standard, as the gold standard. No pun intended, but the gold standard of when it comes to learning to swim, because I've seen it, and as an Olympian, I know why it works. But every parent out there, swimming is a life skill. I grew up swimming for a Jewish community center, in the Jewish faith. Learn to walk, learn to talk, learn to swim, learn to like get, as a father, you have to get your child a job. You have to help with all of these things. And this is a part of it. And part of the culture is to learn to swim. We need to embrace that across the country, as our own mantra as we are developing these young people, that swimming is a life skill and we need to teach these kids to learn to swim. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it with Goldfish, and I'm seeing massive results. I'm seeing my son, the confidence now that he's in kindergarten, that he has when he goes to practice. I see the difference in him. He just stands a little taller, now that he's got that confidence in swimming. And if he's a swimmer or not, I don't care. I just want him to do a sport. That's my only goal. I want a sport. And at the end of the day, I want him to be happy, but he's got to learn to swim.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, like one of the things I hadn't thought about until you were just kind of saying it is, if you're getting them in the water at 6 months, it's really one of the first times in their life that they have the ability to like see improvement or feel improvement and get some sort of confidence from progress. And so I think that is also probably a massive thing because, while maybe you don't call it a sport at that age because they're really not necessarily doing that much or competing, if you will, there's still a sense of progress. And there's like really not any other sport or necessarily physical activity that you're doing at that age where you can get that sense of progress and sense of confidence from. So that's cool too.
Absolutely. You nailed it right on the head. I think it's wild to see him now, and he's so competitive. And I'm like, maybe he just got that from me, but I do think it's like he's fallen in love with the process, because we started him at such a young age. He saw that he was getting better. He put his face in the water at like 1 and had no problem. He knows how to put his hands and do doggy paddle and kick his feet. And so, yeah, I think each touch point that he was able to get to, in his progress has really formed him as, a little human right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Colin, this has been an absolute blast, man. Anytime I've had the opportunity to speak to a few Olympians in the past, and just being able to dig into your brain about your experiences and the mindset that it takes and the grind that it took, the being relentless, all the preparation that it took, the attention to detail. We talked on so many different things today, and I know a lot of people are absolutely jacked up and fired up from the interview now and feel like they probably learned a lot as well. So I really appreciate your time. You guys need to make sure you go follow Colin on social media. You can follow him at Colin Jones on Instagram. You should also go follow Goldfish Swim School, which is at Goldfish Swim School as well, especially if you're a parent of a young child anywhere, starting at 6 months years old, you can get them in the water and get them building confidence in themselves. But is there any other good place that people should go learn more about you or follow you and support you?
Definitely TikTok. It's Colin Jones 41. But yeah, and I'm very responsive on social. So just, hit me up, say something in the DMs, and then I can definitely help guide you in any direction. I had so many parents asking questions when it comes to getting their kids water safe or even just being an athlete. So don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm always happy to answer.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, you're the man, Colin. I really appreciate it. I know so many people got a ton of value. You guys make sure you share this episode with a friend and family member, anybody who's an athlete or anybody who's looking to improve. Send them this episode. I know they're going to absolutely love it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe to the page as well. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you hit that follow button as well. But Colin, absolute honor and joy meeting you today, man. Really appreciate you making the time to do so.
I really appreciate you having me, Nick. This was a lot of fun.
Colin Jones shared his inspiring journey from training as an elite athlete to winning Olympic gold. Honestly, the main piece of value from today's conversation was understanding the mindset and dedication that it takes to become the best in the world at something and how you can apply those same principles in your own life.